So we're gonna go into the next one, which should be. Let's see. Cold MT against. Oh no, Khez against Paladin. I am getting so hated right now about the graphics. So we have Germany against Scotland, and I am curious to see Paladin mostly because I know them. In real life, we played KOF a few times together, and Kai is an underrepresented character. Let's face it. And as well. So on the other side with Khez. What can you tell me about this matchup? Because I personally don't know a lot. I know that like Kai has a great tools to sort of react to the diagonal approach and the low approach with 2S, 5S if you're not expecting the stroke, because I think she can go under the stroke. The DP if she doesn't stop. There's a lot of things that you can do. Crouch has probably beats both at some ranges.
I think there might be a slight bait on this graphic as well. I did find something from Gill there while we were getting some of the stuff prepped, because this is a VOD rather than a live match. And I think we might be seeing a Goldlewis here versus Paladin. Once our side of the stream comes back. But yeah, if it is in fact going to be Goldlewis versus Akai, I am not super familiar with the Goldlewis matchup. It is a very interesting one because of the amount of behemoth typhoons that you have to then be subjected to.
In this behemoth
typhoon, he actually has a couple of frame traps involving them against certain characters, which it's a very knowledge-heavy matchup, which is something I usually reserve for saying about grapplers. But if it's behemoth typhooning versus Kai, this is going to involve usage of his range tools very infrequently, doing his best to use his long-range normals to try and buffer into behemoth typhoons that cause guard breaks to allow for further advance, while Kai is just going to be using far slash, heavy slash, and the various lightning bolts that he has to imply the shock state. Once he has shock state enabled, it's going to be his time to start using Foudre Arc after certain mix-up potentials to try and get the job done from there.
And the thing is, some of the behemoth typhoon, if not all the behemoth typhoons, at some ranges will have gaps, and he has an invincible reversal. So that's also that he can challenge stuff that other characters cannot. With Mei, I definitely don't want to block against the character, so I have to wait when I have meter to challenge some of the cancels.
Yep. And I believe we're kicking off the match now. Yeah, and it is Paladin versus Khez. Khez playing the Goldlewis and Paladin repping the Kai. And round start here is going to be really interesting, because I think Kai just has better buttons at round start than... Ooh! I tell a lie!
Speaking of which, 40% already gone, no meter. Oh, unfortunately for the low, higher drop kick. Yeah.
Yep.
Works as a coach as well at some ranges.
Jumping H from Goldlewis is so disjointed that if you don't 6P... Oh, that was really clever. I didn't even see that orb come out. Oh, no. Oh, man. 6P again? Yeah. No, just straight into Behemoth Typhoon. That 6H is so disjointed, it's an actual problem. And it was something I had forgotten that he gets to do for free. Like, it floats so much as well. Oh, there's the invisible reversal we were talking about.
It actually ends up working. Punishable on block, so it's not a tool that I want to see a lot from Kai players, but it often goes unpunished.
Ooh. Good presence of mind to not.
There's a challenge.
Yeah, good presence of mind not to push a button while guard broken, but then getting that challenge in. Ooh, stun edgy.
Ooh,
run up throw. First one Khez.
The boomerang of Goldlewis.
Yep. We're going to see an adjustment here from Paladin. This is going to possibly take a few games to try and get to grips with it, but this definitely feels like a matchup where Paladin isn't super familiar with Goldlewis, and once they get, like we're seeing there, they didn't bother trying to challenge at round start, just backdash into stun edge, get their lightning bonus. Ooh, get clipped by double behemoth.
Oh, okay,
yes, that's right.
Yeah, so they're starting to throw more, especially at attempts, because they know that like many of the normals are kind of on the slow side of startups. Right now, the plus frame advantage. There we go. the meme of Kai players, throwing a lot. It's definitely being represented by Paladin. The wall break right now, the positive. I would angle it back a little bit because it's not the character with the easiest approaches. So why are you pressuring them with the life lead? Let the bar build and use your bar to escape some situations and challenge some other ones.
I actually advocate for being aggressive to Goldlewis because the more time you give Goldlewis, the better his range options become, and the more likely he is to start opening you up with them. Oh, overhead.
It might be me being a defensive player and trying to use time as an advantage with. Yeah. I'm a defensive Dudley. It's not even me. May makes more sense.
Defensive Dudley doesn't even make a single lick of sense.
I think big things that don't work. That's my. Oh, the 6P unfortunately doesn't converting to the shock state.
Ooh, big damage. So that JH that's super disjointed.
Direct clap, right? That's the name of the special. Ooh, reversal!
Oh no, big damage. One spin, not 3, but it's enough damage out here. Yeah, this is a really hard matchup to make certain adjustments in. If you don't know about JH's disjointed hitbox, you need to be able to adjust for it to be able to try and 6P it. If you try using anything but something that's either fully invincible or fully disjointed, you're going to get hit by it every time, and Goldlewis is just going to start stacking the damage.
That's
2P
why
escaping pressure.
Without 6P, just 3 times.
And then we're getting Fooder Arc. We got a doesn't opt for the metered wall break, but goes for it anyway. There's the Fooder Arc after getting a stun edge applied. Good throw to finish it out. Alright. Backdash again on round start. Doesn't want a single thing to do with that. Counter hit food ray is so good. Oh, seeing that meter. Yeah. Not the meter, sorry, the long hit. More build up.
And another thing is, if I was Khez right now, I would start backdashing more during pressure. Mostly because there's a lot of throws that are coming in. And if you get a backdash with a character like this and you can start with a counter hit heavy, your beam Typhoon springs, oh boy, you're making them hurt.
Oh, Goldlewis damage coming out. JH needing to be respected. Good block in the overhead, but then gets clipped by the low standing. Ooh. Dash of 6P. There's the food rare. This is probably it.
Or no, the burst saves the day.
The instant burst. Really good.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen? The buffer dead.
The buffer. Well, you knew it was dead. That those projectiles from Machine Gun don't actually trade with other projectiles, I think. It's a very weird one. I know that if I FDB Machine Gun projectile, I have to keep blocking to stop the rest of them hitting me. 6P wars. Kai wins.
Okay, that actually ends up working out because there's a bit of space. There's a life lead, but oh no, never mind. Now the DP to challenge. Yeah, I would like to see some more of them, especially when there's meter to follow up on them to use them also as a combo starter. But right now the burst needs to be spent. The damage of Goldlewis is significant. Okay, air one. I think the block would have come because I didn't see the startup animation of air dash. He has air dash, right?
I think he has. I don't think he has an air dash. I actually think Goldlewis may not have one.
Jump. But remember, there's one of the things that the grapplers, like the big bodies, don't have. He has. Maybe it's a super jump actually.
No, potentially has a super jump. He might actually have an air dash. Oh, we're being told in the chat that he does actually have an air dash.
So I remembered right.
Yeah, and I remembered wrong. Mainly because all I ever see Goldlewis do is JH, and that's it.
Fair enough.
I assumed that was his air dash, was just JH going. Whoop! That orb is surprisingly durable against other projectiles. Like, we've seen so many... Good block on the fully charged dust.
Punish, though. I don't know if he has a 10 frame starter with that range, though.
Good use of burst, keeping themselves alive in the corner, but not having to deal with pressure in it. Getting out with the orb. Getting those big... Like, that's Garuda impact levels of block damage. It's madness.
Yeah. Definitely. You don't want to keep on blocking against Goldlewis. But right now, the what's it called, fast charge dust into the RRC, and now struggling. This is not a character that has a lot of comeback potential, I don't think. unless they touch you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Goldlewis needs like that little bit of leeway, or for you to make a certain amount of mistakes to get clipped. And if you don't make those mistakes, he's actually struggling quite a lot. Like, while I say that that's a lot of damage on block, that's still only like 1 slash worth of damage out of Goldlewis. Or maybe 1 heavy slash. Double throw, which is throw follow-up anyway.
Gets the projectile out, allowing the use of Beam and Typhoon, which charged the bar, right?
It does. Ooh. And now this, waiting for the burst, gets caught after it. Like, oh, this is a really hard matchup for Paladin to try and make a comeback out of, and there's the hit.
I think it's more shallow. I think the jump is more shallow. I don't know about faster, but definitely more shallow.
On Goldlewis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has a really bad jumping arc. Like, or at least a really weird jumping arc compared to the rest of the cast. Which is probably why a lot of Goldlewis believe that JH is a good option against everyone until they get hit by that 15th 6P.
Yes, it reminds me of Hakan jump arc from Street Fighter 4.
The Hakan jump arc. Nobody ever likes to be compared to Hakan. As a person who tried to main Hakan briefly, nobody likes to be compared to Hakan.
Huracan, such a good design. Probably the best thing they could have done with Street Fighter 5.
Are they blocking?
Oh,
they are blocking.
Ooh, that's right.
Really good. That purple RC saving the day. That was possibly a kill if there was enough spins off Khez. Oh, and there's the splat. Vapor Thrust gets the wall break. Paladin putting the work in these last couple of rounds, like showing that, yeah, I wasn't sure about this matchup, but now I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah, their adjustments have come in, relying more on throws, using DP way more both as an anti-air and as a challenge of gaps, using fast 5D because, you know, Khez has been struggling to react to it, but Khez right now just swinging like there's no tomorrow.
Bringing you to Area 51. Oh no. Just at 6P. 6P is a surprising amount of downward hitbox. Like, I'm standing here as a Potemkin player, looking at that 6P, hitting crouching opponents, and I'm just thinking about my own 5P, being like, that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Oh, really good pressure coming out there. Getting the knockdown and then keeping it going. Red RC, looking for the burst. There it is.
That will hurt.
Oh, you knew that they were looking for it with the dash up 5P to try and bait it out. Ooh. Charged up, not fully charged. Paladin's not out of this yet. Gotta go to the wall break on this.
Yeah, but now Goldlewis has almost built a bar. Level 3 can just come, you know, call the laser from the sky. There's gonna be... No, never mind.
We just call the laser. Has a gun.
This is my gun.
There are many like it. 4-1 currently. Paladin is showing that they're making adjustments in this matchup and they're learning, but Khez just has that little bit of extra knowledge that you don't know my character knowledge play going on here. Ooh. Good blocking coming out here, but can't be always blocking. That risk gauge builds up. Oh no. Oh no.
I like that the chat is joining in into the quotes about the minigun. I'll give you another one. People say they can outsmart me. Maybe. But they cannot outsmart bullets. Cry some more!
No, there is a lot of crying more being done here. This man with his machine gun. Ooh. Good. A lot of pressure coming out here.
Yeah, very patient.
We're seeing those shock state food ray arcs come out, but we're unfortunately not seeing a huge amount getting capitalized off them, which is just an unfortunate nature of this matchup. I think is like sometimes you need to struggle to get those shock states on. It seems. Oh no!
Oh, big counter hit doesn't work out, but gets the corner carry and can go into super here. No,
opts not to.
Probably
I think they only just built enough meter off that last hit to get the super, didn't they? Or did they have meter for it?
I think they had meter, but maybe they want to keep the meter for, you know, the big laser from the sky. Maybe it's a good setup with the projectiles. You never know.
I'm surprised we haven't seen big laser here yet. Like Kai is almost out of. Oh, good use of purple RC.
To be fair, I am wondering like what the recovery is because Kai has a very fast traveling super. You know,
Mhm.
with Ride the Lightning. So maybe
What's Ride the Lightning startup? Ride the Lightning startup, I feel, is like 16, 17 frames or something, isn't it? Which
Yeah, but
might
it
get
followed
caught.
very fast once it started. So I don't know what the recovery for the laser is for Goldlewis.
That's true. That's true. As a Potemkin player, I never have to think about other people's full screen recovery because that's theirs, not mine. Oh, good damage here out of Paladin. Really respecting that JH at round start distance. Doesn't want a single thing to deal with it. Oh, gets those hits. Stun Dipper, unpunished. Oh, gets that throw, and that's quite the round.
Oh, it's kind of easy cheat, but not if you whiff something like that and you get punished for it. One more chance.
Oh, but that's all of Kez's meter gone, so they can't protect themselves against the next follow-up.
By the way, 40 frames of recovery, so it could be a case of being punished with full screen. You never know.
Oh yeah, that's a full. If it's Ride the Light. Oh, you mean the eyeball super? That could well be punished by Kai. Oh, really good burst bait. Unintentional or not, it's really good.
That was so ballsy. Now control in the corner. You are eating mix-up like they're coming for breakfast, and finally
trade.
Anyway,
imagine trading into a wall splat. What a time. I'd be sad. Gets that red RC going for another game on the board. I think that puts us at 5-2 currently. Yep. Paladin. Could this be the start of the Paladin comeback? Are they got to start their long road to recovery here?
we will see. We will see.
Respecting the 6P, gets the distance. Ooh, it's counter hit out, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I like that Khez got the space from the Stun Deeper. If you cannot punish it because you're lacking a tool, might as well use the frame advantage that you have for movement, right? Fight for that space. What a conversion from the 2P!
Oh, that's so good. The damage, unfortunately, not spectacular, but that's proration off 2P for you. Ooh, the overhead. I got hit by that. In my heart. Alright. We're going to see the defensive... Ooh, no defensive round start here from Paladin. Opting to 6P to try and challenge Goldlewis's. Khez with the gold burst. Wanting to get out of the corner. Acknowledging that... Oh!
Yes, there's another thing. I think Khez has to adjust a little bit for these wild DPs now. Because they keep on coming. And they can definitely, if there is a character that can punish them hard, it's definitely Goldlewis.
Like, I feel like full dust punish is probably best from Goldlewis, but like once you have meter and you're in the corner, you could probably just super get the wall break and do a ton of damage that way.
I've honestly yet to see a duster from Goldlewis, so I have no idea what it does or what his reward is.
Just gotta see a couple of JHs here. Tempting to do a heap. Oh, 2P trading, taking the game, and that is Khez on the last game they need to take now. 6-2 in their favor.
Cool.
We need to see 5 straight wins out of Paladin if they want to make a comeback on this. Ooh. Gets that shock state on. I think like one of the problems here is like Paladin needs a specific game plan that it revolves around getting counter hits with Food Ray Arc, not allowing Goldlewis the space to JH at them, and to try to challenge any gap that's there in Behemoth Typhoon, but not in a way that's going to get him counter hit. Really good throw break.
I would like to see them use a little bit more fireballs, because it's not a card that can exactly, easily challenge them.
I think air fireball is possibly the better option here, because like from medium to long range, Goldlewis doesn't have great tools for dealing with long range air fireball. Like any of his ranged options.
The empty low with using the block stunner from the fireball, going empty low with such a big character, nobody expects it. Very, very smart.
The empty low. Oh, red RC.
Stun Deeper, uncomboing. The classic.
There's that air fireball.
Oh, you got a burst. No, yes.
There's the burst.
What a pickup!
The hit on that, the hitbox on that, it must be disjointed upwards and forwards, I guess. Oh! Food Ray Arc, just Kai deciding to do a little bit of parkour over Goldlewis there. Good use of burst.
Burst is gone.
There's a full pick. Oh, the full dust! At long last! Getting that big damage punish in.
Could have extended a little bit more, but still decent. Oh yes, the punish on the duster. You can punish that, -15.
Ooh. I thought for a second there that it was going to be a whiffed gold burst. Sorry, a whiffed YRC even. Ooh. Going in for that run-up throw. Good use of the 5P to check it. There's the hit.
I love
for the burst or something.
Try and bait the DP, but the DP was delayed. It comes out now. Paladin definitely adapting the right landing with 100% combo.
Nice, nice. Good pickup there. Good pickup up
was from pretty much almost everything.
I kind of want to see. Yeah, there it is. There's the charge stun edge. Going for that delay. Getting the stun dipper on. Reapplying shock state 5D.
Yeah, you get 0 there, but with the like with the character that generally has like slow normals on the average, you kind of don't want to press a button.
Yup. All right, all we need to see is like one reapplication of shock state, and then Paladin should be able to take this game. Because once they're in that shock state, they have a free entrance into Foudre Arc, and they can go off that. Whoop. Air fireball reapply. Oh no!
I think it's too slow. Yeah,
too slow.
Safe jump. Yeah.
Ooh. We gotta just see stun dipper red RC into something here.
Yeah, don't even need it.
Don't even need the RC. Right. Back up on the board. 6-3.
Still though, one more game from Khez that could close the set.
Yep, and we've seen like a lot of really good hits.
Ballsy run from downtown. Don't worry, I don't need a cab, I don't need a Uber, I'll just walk.
That being said, that ballsy run has like has given Paladin a bit of that rage and is coming out of the gate swinging here now. Not afraid. Vapor thrust going up, getting that charge stun edge. Exactly the right game plan from Kai. Reapplying shock state, possibly getting hit here.
Yeah.
Oh god. Only the one hit, not enough 720 spun.
Oh, the back throw. And that should be a full conversion. No, couldn't go into right the lightning.
I don't think that would have been enough minimum damage off that with the high pro.
Yeah, you get the wall splat pretty much from everywhere, right?
Do you? Does right lightning?
Yeah, yeah. It does a lot of wall splat. Like it can like wall break from pretty much everywhere. Like 60% screen at least. Yeah, for sure.
My heart breaks before Paladin, then counter hit gets the burst out. Still in shock state.
Oh, Magic, welcome in. Oh, the 6 peak to snap him from the sky. It's not enough though. And another time.
I think I need to respect that little orb a bit more. It's putting work in, and its durability is really high.
Yeah, I'm just noticing how Goldlewis is forced to eat those Beam Typhoon to actually give a sense to the Fireball game. Because Khez has been great with the jumping. I believe it's jumping S into the Fireballs, but the Fireballs don't really go anywhere when the level is low.
Ooh. Purple RC backwards. Interesting choice. Oh, getting a bit of lag. Ooh. At JH.
Unfortunately, doesn't bait the burst. Can still make it. Block on the stand dipper. No conversion from the standing D. One more chance. Never mind.
6P takes it.
Yeah, the elbow.
The elbow from downtown. The king's elbow. Yeah,
I'm wondering if Goldlewis has any like long low. I'm thinking 2D might be decent, but to challenge that, running into 6P, you gotta have decent levels.
Yep. I think we're seeing the adjustments from Paladin we need to do. Like, they know when to give a little bit of space, and they know when to take the space away from Khez now. Like, they understand that if they're the one leading the charge of the Fireball game, then Machine Gun and Orb aren't nearly worth respecting as much. Oh, we gotta see it. Ride the lightning.
Yeah.
Is it air? Was that the barely TK air ride the lightning?
The guts! The guts is still alive!
Just waiting for that meter to run out. Waiting for this.
I think this is gonna be blocked. Oh, never mind. Okay, one more chance. In the corner.
Ooh, that JH.
Unfortunate, wrong button, I believe, from that range. Ooh. That should have gone into a Beam Typhoon. But that's the thing, it's so scary because if you leave a gap, you can just, ride the lightning and chip you for that.
Yep. Oh, that was a lot in that little moment.
It's on the Goldlewis. If there was one place to switch to, it was probably this.
There's the Foudre Arc. Orbs are back out. I think Khez is committed to sticking with the Goldlewis for the end of this set. Good use of 6P. Behemoth Typhoon.
Oh, nice stomp there. tried the 6P a little bit slow. Luckily, he doesn't get punished for it.
Seeing a lot of JH coming out here. That's is that just an invitation for Paladin to do a DP? Oh, ooh, really good check on the dash up throw there. Gets that skidding.
Oh,
they're blocking. They're blocking.
Oh no, blocked.
Yep, that was the block animation that came out.
Oh no, doesn't go into super.
I think they got caught out by that. There was a little bit of wall damage early, so they got Stun Dipper instead of Ride the Lightning for their hit.
Fair enough.
Purple RC going in. Good burst.
I don't know about that burst.
It was them wanting to stay in the game, see if they could close it out. They had enough meter to be able to do something with it. What? How the hell did that JH hit? In what world did that JH hit?
Okay, 6P to challenge the post 6K.
Yup. Run no throw, only punished by a 5P.
Yeah, a lot of these DPs are, just thrown there without cover, and I think Khez really needs to start looking for them.
Yep. Like, Paladin, I don't think Paladin, I think is with like 3 DPs they've done so far, out of all of them.
Yeah,
and like they haven't been fully punished off it with like a charge dust or anything.
And this is like the syndrome of the character that has to always fight to go in, and the time that you do go in, like you are in, you are so eager to press the buttons and apply your mix up and apply your pressure that you're not really looking to give up your turn. And that's what the opponent sort of exploits there.
Nothing off the Sundifer.
Sandwich setup, but never mind, finds the cross up. Tries to backdash to avoid the DP, and there should be a... Oh no! There's a gold dust! Oh my god, the back slap, the back fist takes it for Khez. 1 round. Take the set. Doesn't start.
1 round out to go, but like Paladin's making the comeback here. Paladin's putting the work in. Oh! Counters the food arc with the 6P. That's big mindfulness right there. Really good adjustment there by Paladin to not go in against that with the orb underneath, because they've done it before and that cost them one of the games that they played. Unpunished Stun Dipper. Not Stun Dipper. Oh, it is Stun Dipper. Never mind me. I just got it right. Food Arc gets the reapplication. Stun Edge.
Yeah, I respect that YRC. Unfortunately, the throw was stacked.
Oh my god, there's so little HP left on Goldlewis.
Almost as a bar. No, the back throw.
Khez being like, I don't want this match anymore. Please, Paladin, take it from me. 6-5 now. Paladin putting those numbers on the board.
And another thing that, Khez could do, when doing pressure, go for throw a little bit more. So if you're leaving a gap and the DP comes out, you can throw it.
Oh, big damage. See, we say big damage with Goldlewis, but he doesn't actually have that much compared to the actual big damage characters. I think it's just more the versatility that's present in his kit with what he can get done with the Behemoth Typhoons over, like, actual pure raw damage. Whoop.
Yeah, it's more like, getting into a position like the corner where you can make people block, and even on block, they're bleeding so much.
Like, his 2H and his ability to crank risk are something that I think are kind of undervalued. Oh my god, the durability on that. There's the baited DP. Oh. All he has to do now, Khez just has to close out 1 more round. And then that would be the match over. Whoa. Just raw Stun Dipper. You hate to get hit by it.
Yeah, a little bit too eager right now, doing a lot of runs into, getting hit and beat rate. So they have to start baiting a little bit more, a little bit of lag here, but
see. They have to throw into the corner.
Use that. Unfortunately, 2D whiffs with the FD.
There's the Stun Dipper, but he's just outside of range. Burst to get themselves out of the corner. I thought we were going to see
nice 6-speed. Set up the minigun, because at the beginning of the set, when the minigun comes out, Paladin was full running into jump instant air dash. Please close it.
I think.
Close it. Go back to the minigun, please. Okay.
JH putting the work in this set. Like, I talk a big game about punishing JH or about dealing with it, but really, if you're not mentally prepared to have something to do about it, JH is a cataclysmic button to have to try and deal with. and it will start tilting you if you're not careful. Well played to both players. Paladin really showing their ability to adjust and make way in the later games, but unfortunately just too much of a deficit to overcome after the early matches.